Hello there. Hello there. It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we are not fans, so I can't. Okay, you have to accept my friend request if I have to add Pio.
That's okay. Ah.
Nellop, my slave.
I was just gonna say, like, oh, you didn't have friend me in the first time? I see how it is. I see how it is, man. Damn. Anyways, hello you both. Nice to meet you, Pio. I think, yeah, this is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, how do you guys feel about the whole, this whole situation that is going on with big YouTubers? I'm assuming it wasn't really surprising for them to have such a reaction onto your video, like Major Kill.
Major Kill, if anything, we predicted would have this reaction before even writing the script.
Was it because, I don't think it was an eager thing, but you just assumed, like, somehow he would just react to it regardless?
Wait, can you repeat that? I didn't understand.
Oh, good. Like, do you think he had some personal issue, like he had an ego issue, or is it just he's just doing something predictable in order just to make for the sake of content? So
no, I think it is both a problem of content and a problem of ego, because there was no reason to respond to the video if any of the accusations we made, if any of the observations we made were actually unfounded or were just made up, because his entire response video for how childish it was, because it literally dismounted none of our claims and if anything proved a bunch of them right. Generally was mainly aimed at calling us scumbags and liars, specifically me a scumbag and a liar. It was mainly a problem, I think, that pretty much in showing everyone what he had done and what he was still doing, he felt pretty much wounded in his own ego and had to make a response video. To the point that he even left a comment under the video with a laughing emoji, and then when people started calling him out under my video, he deleted it, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think... Have you seen the Lewitton comment by any chance?
No? What Lewitton comment?
I was gonna bring it up. So it was essentially I think someone asked him, because I grabbed this from Twitter, so I don't know where it originated from, but I'll post it in the chat. And it was essentially...
Let me check.
I'll show it in the chat.
Yeah, I know where this is coming from. This is a comment coming from the chat of Mordian Glory, because Mordian Glory reacted to my video and reacted even to the response of Major Killer. Okay. And he was actually speaking with me because I was in chat. Pretty much this was a response to the critique of the fact that he's part of the problem because he creates a situation of toxic positivity inside the community of 40k, and pretty much this was his answer that yeah, I've critiqued a lot of what Games Workshop has done in the past, but I didn't want to descend in being a channel that is only negative, because I get a lot of vets and health workers that actually watch me and message me, and I don't want to. Pretty much, he doesn't want to become all negative to not let people down, which is a fair position, but at the same time, if something sucks, say it sucks. Don't try to justify it.
Yeah, like my own position is essentially, it doesn't matter how negative it is or anything, as long as you can speak the truth of things, no matter how people don't like it, you'd have to speak out of it. Like, if you, the way I see it at least, is like, if you really care about someone or something, then you might as well speak out against, even though it's negative. But something like Lewitton is quite the opposite. At the beginning, he was alright, obviously, but something changed him later on. I don't know what exactly it is.
Games Workshop NDA? No. I will not make assumptions, but maybe a contract with a certain mini company. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know if Pio has anything to add into this. Do you have anything to say?
No.
He's nothing but a spectator. I see. He's just making sure that Servitor Pio ain't gonna like invade any other country around and shit.
Usually here when we record, if anything, normal Pio is Servitor Pio. I've worked with more emotional AIs than Pio.
Actually, got me curious. I don't think I might have missed it. I don't know if it's brought up, but the question that I have is like, how do you guys met in the first place?
Well, I don't know if Pio wants to explain it. In case I explain it.
If it's too personal, then it's fine. But yeah, it's up to you.
No, not really personal. But Pio, explain it.
Okay. Danny here had a channel before, and I followed that channel. Then I wrote him on Discord, and we started talking.
Yeah, it was very many years ago. Pretty much we met for an old YouTube channel that I had that was only in Italian. Now the channel is gone. But yeah, we met because of that. Probably, oh my god, 4 or 5 years ago, if not 6 or 7. And pretty much we just kept talking on and off over time until Heresy Posting was created, until the channel was became pretty much a possibility. And at that point I was like, Pio, do you want to work with me on it? Because you are extremely funny when you do the comic relief. And by comic relief I mean the victim relief. But yeah, and from there, the character of Pio was born. I needed something that, in this case, someone that was an insert for the average viewer, we will say.
Okay.
So, who better than a comic relief for it that can ask questions to make me expand topics and at the same time be entertaining by being funny? So,
yeah, that's fair enough.
So I'm not a character.
Pio is only partially a character. The character of Pio actually has more real Pio in it probably than the real Pio.
Damn shit. I'm surprised you haven't like whipped Pio with a whip and be like, "Come on, be funny for my video, please." You know, something like that.
Now that happens only when we are recording because he cannot record speaking English in a human manner for shit. So half of the recording time is me. Be fucking just show emotion. I worked with more emotional fucking eyes and me whipping Pio. Yeah, but recording with Pio is probably my nightmare for every video, removing the audio editing because it is boring as fuck. But because to record with Pio, to record a couple of minutes of audio, at least now he has improved a lot, and I hope we'll keep improving.
That's good.
In the beginning it was, okay, Pio, in this entire video you have probably 3 minutes of audio. Do you have an entire morning for free, like so that we can record it?
Is the issue of him being a little bit monotone, so he doesn't show like any emotion in it?
Normally Pio doesn't show much emotion, so I pretty much have to describe to him how he must say the line. I must describe to Pio how to be human. That's what I need to do. That's why it takes a lot of time to record the lines of Pio. But mainly it's because like pronunciation, certain words, like Pio is self-taught in English like me, but he has a lot less experience. So recording his lines at times is difficult because simply he doesn't speak English that much to the point of being fluent and to make it easy to record certain lines. I remember that in the first video we made, which was the Rangdang Xenocide video, like that first video, Pio had very few lines. It took us 3 hours to record them, and 1 hour and a half were locked in the single line, which is the line about the Emperor using the Void Dragon as a Pokemon against the Rangda, because Pio could not say Void Dragon without stumbling.
It's not meant to be funny.
Yeah, this came up even in a Lord Destroyers episode where Pio was like, oh yeah, but the Major Kid cannot pronounce any names for shit, and both me and Giulio that were there during the first video were like, Pio, say Void Dragon.
Shit, man. Oh yeah, no, I used to have the problem myself as well. The only way that I broke it around is I did a little bit of voice acting for a short period, and then I'm just I'm able to get some emotion here and there. But as you can tell, most of the time in my videos, it's just the attitude of, all right, audience and anybody else, fuck you. You know, it's kind of like that kind of gig that I gravitated myself. And as you can tell, I already started a couple words, so I still have that issue of either being monotone or just fucking up words, and then I have to repeat the whole recording. So Yeah, I understand where PO is going for, because I'm exactly the same thing, and also English is my second language. So, despite of me speaking fluently, so there's that.
Yeah, gladly PO has become a lot better over time as things go on. The problem is that with him becoming better, the lines I give him become more advanced and more difficult, so pretty much nothing has changed until now, if not the fact that PO is better, but the lines are worse, so...
So essentially, he just gained XP and he's going for harder difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Do you guys have any plans in the future? As in, like, calling out more lore channels directly for certain things, or specific videos they put out with a dumb opinion? Or do you think this is just a nice, isolated video that can just talk in general to anybody else?
To be honest, like, generally when we decided to make this video, we never thought that it would get the traction it did. We are glad it did, but generally we don't have any intention of making it into a series or such, because we are not a drama channel. I don't like drama, but I was so discontent with the status of the community and generally what was happening around the community that I needed to speak up about it. I'm not the kind of person that just sees something wrong and just stays silent, because it is not the kind of person that I am. So unless something very big happens, I don't think there will be other videos like this. But again, seeing how Games Workshop behaves on a day-to-day basis, they could fuck up in such an abysmal way that we have to make a video about it. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. As you told me last time, was you just want to call out people who get the lore wrong, or they're not doing their proper job as a lore channel and all that, which is understandable. So, So, yeah, we can see in the foreseeable future if anything happens, or Lewitton being Lewitton again, so...
I mean, Lewitton at least was the least of the problems on that list, to be honest.
Yeah, that is true. He's not as bad as other channels that over-exaggerate or over-fluff or anything, but for some reason, I just have a little shtick with Lewitton more, is because of his canon and non-canon video. Now... I think we chatted this a little bit before. I'm in the perspective of 40k has no canon, but for the reasons of, well, if GW ain't following the rules, there's no such thing as canon, which I guess I've proven on my end of I don't do any 40k lore because of that. But, but for Lewitton, it's quite the opposite. And I can even see your frustration on that. I don't know if you want to input anything else when it comes to that stuff, because I think my issue is, if people are even discussing about, oh, this is canon or this is not canon, and they're having various debates because of GW's inconsistency, they can't even keep track of things, and trying to put the unreliable narrator and then Black Library authors saying it's not canon, yada yada. I think there's already a problem with 40k lore that can't be consistent. I don't know if my ramble even made sense, but I can try and condense it if you don't get it.
No, I get it. I think the main point is what Games Workshop says, that there is no canon, everything is canon, not everything is true and such, is mostly because they don't want to put in the work to try and stabilize the universe and establish pretty much a canon Bible that the writers and all creators of such things, such as the codexes, the RPG games, the games and such, have to follow strictly. Because they have fucked up their lore in the past, they have worked with abysmal writers like CS Goto, they still work with abysmal writers like Gav Thorpe, but Gav Thorpe is, this is the opinion a bit of everyone that I've seen, he's a very good world builder, but he's a very shitty writer. He has extremely good ideas, but he cannot write them for shit, which I'm actually happy about, because at least the Macarian Crusade trilogy was not written by him, and it was actually a very good trilogy, even if Macarius is his creation. He was the one that imagined Lord Solar Macarius. But yeah, generally, I can see why people believe that because of Games Workshop there is no canon. It is a fine position, because in the end, what Games Workshop is doing is pretty much just fucking up their own universe, edition after edition, book after book, codex after codex, just because they don't want to put in the work to actually make it work. Because I don't know why. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They can throw money pretty much at a slave to do that, but I don't know why they don't do that. But generally, I am of the opinion that no matter what they say, the world building, writing, storytelling still has rules to follow. Their books are following those rules, even if very badly in some cases, or in some cases not at all, because they suck. So one book says one thing and the next says another. But I think that is mainly their fault. It is something that the universe of 40k still has to use, because it has to keep it connected to 40k in some way. So they have to use lore, they have to use canon and such. The fact they say that they are not doing that, the fact that people believe that there is no canon because of it, doesn't make them necessarily wrong, but doesn't make them entirely right either. So the people that say there is no canon and such are justified in their own way, but that's because of Games Workshop, not because of what the books are. Because the books by themselves are following a canon. And when the canon is broken, everybody notices. So I'm of the opinion that people that try to justify everything that Games Workshop is doing, everything that they're fucking up, are just so delusional in thinking that this was the plan all along, and not Games Workshop trying to fucking justify their own incompetence, because it is what it is.
That actually reminds me of the, it wasn't an argument, I think there was a meme of the Emperor. I was like, oh yeah, the Emperor planned this all along. Somehow we found that out of the blue. I'm like, so it's something very similar like this. But yeah, no, I can see that. It was just that, I wouldn't say directly, like, it was some of your audiences, after I did the Space King video, they just came up to me and they're like, Nellop, how can you possibly say there's no canon? You're entirely wrong. You see this Pontius video at exactly at this timestamp? And I'm like, I definitely somehow don't know who Pontius is, man. It's not like we chatted before. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. And then they just keep giving me links. I'm like, fuck off. Get the fuck away from me. I don't have a problem.
I'm actually pretty happy with that. Keep spamming me around, make me famous. No, I'm joking. No, but my position is that canon is not something you can simply discount. There is no option in which Games Workshop and 40k writers can just go, oh no, yeah, but don't you know that there is no canon? I can point at any single one of their series. The moment one book is following anything that was established in the one before, that's canon. The moment anything is happening that was built up in the book before, you are following a canon. There is no not following a canon. The only trilogy where that happened, in some extent, was the Dark Imperium trilogy. Or, sorry, not the Dark Imperium. The Dark Imperium trilogy, actually, yes, because it got retconned. Because, like, they had to retcon the trilogy 1 year after it came out, because the timeline didn't make any fucking sense and they had to retcon it. The good planning of Games Workshop, they think 5 years ahead, keep that in mind. But in the I don't remember exactly the series. It should be like the Terran Crusade series. In the Terran Crusade series, which is 3 books, I don't remember the correct name, but it is pretty much when Gilliman wakes up and all the events that brought him to reach Terra and talk with the Emperor and become the Lord Regent before he declared the Indomitus Crusade. There are 3 books about it. All 3 give a different story about how he got the Sword of the Emperor. In the first one, he always had it. In the second one, it was brought by Cole, that always had it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but he had it. In the third one, he got it from the Emperor after he met him in the throne room. Which is actually the dumbest of the 3 fucking things, because then what the fuck did he fight Magnus on Luna with? Because he had the sword on Luna, he fought Magnus with it on Luna. How in the fuck did he get it from the throne room? What was he fighting with? A facsimile? Jesus.
His fists. Yeah. His hands are a temple and they're open for business. Shit. Unfortunately I don't have the old Dark Imperium books, but I got the new ones, which is called Dark Imperium, Plague War, and Godblight. So I think it's just called Dark Imperium on the first book, if I recall.
Yeah, it was a trilogy, then they had to retcon it because, yeah, they fucked up the entire timeline, and they had to retcon how long this pretty much how forward in the timeline these books went, because in the original version, like, the events were taking place between centuries, and everyone was like, what the fuck? What do you mean centuries? So by this point, we can say goodbye to Yarrick, that then was confirmed dead off screen, because Games Workshop is very good at writing, and also Sayafas Kane at that point must have been dead, because it had been hundreds of years from the time he had retired, so everyone was sad about that, and yeah, the Games Workshop ended up retconning it.
Wasn't there, like, talks in the goddammit, the game, the video game, the Vermintide 2 40k game. I forgot about it. Shit. Darktide. Wasn't there talks where they were like, oh, there's some mysterious talks that Yarrick installed in the warp and shit. I don't know if you heard that one yet.
No, I've never played Darktide, to be honest, because I didn't have anybody to play it. I don't think Pio can actually even manage to run it on his PC.
I can try.
Shit.
Badly, but I can try.
He didn't have that Ferrari upgraded PC, so thus he has to play like what, TF2 in the low settings and shit.
Well, he played Space Marine 2 for a while, but playing Space Marine 2 with Pio was more like pretty much getting a doctor's appointment, because when it came out, Pio could run it, but it took him half an hour to start the game, and then 20 minutes from the menu to enter anything. So you pretty much had to take an appointment the day before to play Space Marine 2 with Pio. Then as the updates went on, Pio became unable to actually run the game.
Oh, that reminds me of the first Modern Warfare game, the remake back in 2017. It was very similar, but for a very different reason. The updates kept getting bigger and bigger, so the game kept getting bigger to the point I couldn't even play it. But holy shit, that sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah, is Pio usually like this quiet, I'm assuming? He's just like, I'm just gonna observe from afar.
Well, yes, usually if he doesn't have anything to say, but I would like for him to be more active. It's the funnier part of the channel.
Oh yeah, same right here. Like, I just feel bad if it feels like Pio is out of the picture, and I just want him to be part of it. That's all. Become part of the family, man. You know, you're Italian. You know this, right? The family shit. You know, Mafia and stuff.
But yeah, but Pio's from North Italy, so the best he can hope to join is the Mafia of Brenta, not even like the Cosa Nostra thing. Yeah.
Holy
well,
shit.
They don't know they don't know that Mala is another Italian word for mafia, Pio.
It don't exist anymore, but...
Yeah. Why are you not re-establishing it?
Oh.
I actually knew someone that was part in it. But...
Oh, that's an idea for you guys. Like,
Jesus.
that's an idea for you guys. I don't know if you could do like a Halloween video. You guys can dress up as like fucking mafiosos, like Mafia and shit. Could do that for a video.
We can make an entire Italian American video like the clip in the last video, and it is just us discussing like what to eat while ordering Pio to kill people. Because that's all the Mafia does. It kills people and it eats a lot. If you see the Mafia movies.
Honestly, the only Mafia movie that I watched, and I kind of regret watching it, is called The Sopranos. For a completely different reason. Like, the story premise is good. There are some scenes I'm like, can you not do that? But other than that, yeah. I don't know if you guys watched it.
To be honest, I watched The Sopranos. I loved it in some ways, but I didn't like it in others. But I do think that it is a very good series by itself. But yeah, there is also actually a story that some parts of it were so inaccurate that an actual mafia boss ended up calling the actor that played the Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, just to complain about some scenes where like there is a scene where Tony Soprano goes out of his house in boxers and just some overalls, and like he goes on to take his mail. And like one of the main things that he got called out from like a late night call from a mafia boss from the US was like, yeah, I'm actually a mafia boss, never goes out in just his boxers in front of his house.
There's some certain standard in this, but then again, we're talking about Soprano.
Listen, we might be criminals, but we have dignity.
Shit.
I never watched The Sopranos, unfortunately.
This is a very good series, you should.
Yeah, it's good. It's just my annoyance, in my personal opinion, is the sex scenes, or like Tony Soprano's dreams. It's not like, they shouldn't add it because sex. It's more of that. I don't see the point of them having it in there. Like, we get the whole point of Tony being a womanizer, especially the one with his cousin. We don't talk about that one, but for me, I'm just like, okay, we get it. You can only show one scene. You don't need to show me multiple times. That's the only thing that pulled me away a little bit. And then they did me pretty good with the ending of the series. Don't stop.
I think that the main reason they did that was to show not only that Tony was a womanizer, but mainly that he was also a piece of shit that was constantly cheating on his own wife, that was constantly abusing even his own mistresses and such. So I can see your point, but I think it still works in a way too, because the entire series pretty much makes a point. Yeah, you are watching the bad guys, and I think that was just reinforcing it in a way.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's partly why it put me away with the recent show called Peacemaker. Like, most of the stuff was just talking about sex jokes or just doing weird shit. I'm like, can you not? I thought this was about Peacemaker and developing his character and shit. But
it makes me laugh that they removed the emojis of Peacemaker from oh my god, from I'm not remembering the name of the fucking game.
Fortnite?
From Fortnite, because they found out that it is in a dimension of Nazis where the Nazis won, and like and Fortnite was like, okay, no, we are not supporting. I removed the emoji of Peacemaker from the game, and I'm like, oh, okay, but it's not like Peacemaker discovered it and was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's Jesus.
It might give some people the wrong idea and they think the uniform is lit. I'm just saying.
Like, Jesus Christ, I can understand if Peacemaker approved of it, but he didn't. So why the fuck are they removing the emoji? Jesus.
I mean, in Fortnite there was a bit of a Nazi skin that then was removed.
Oh, I mean, what was it? Wasn't there like Darth Vader that was AI and he just went full on racist? Oh, that was great.
Jesus.
Yeah. If I find the video, I'll send it to you.
That will be interesting to see.
I mean, even in Overwatch, there was a thing you can do, overlapping phrases and make racist shit up.
Ah, yes, I remember this. Ooh, I wasn't there when it launched, but I was around like 2017, so good times. Lots of mentally ill people, I will just tell you that. I played for like 4 semi-pro teams. Long story.
Yeah.
Now, there was one thing you mentioned with... we're talking about Sopranos instead of 40k. Whatever. It will do.
Well, it is an interesting subject.
Well, you are Italian, so it is suitable. The one thing I want to bring up, because you didn't mention this in the section where you talk about Major Kill. Do you... it's just more of a clarification more than anything. Is like, okay, when you look at these lore channels, or especially like Major Kill... Do you hate specifically the person itself, or do you hate for the actions they commit? Because I know some people use the hate, like, what's the word? Misuse the word hate a lot, but do you think that is the case between those two?
To be honest, generally when it comes to the person that Major Kill is, I have not met him. The general conception that I have of him comes mainly from the stuff I've been shown from his Discord. Which, while damning, doesn't paint that much of a bad picture. The guy is edgy. It is a thing that I've said multiple times, but he doesn't look like malicious in it. The problem is that by the actions he has undertaken in various controversies, the way he behaves and brings himself in various things, the guy gives the impression that he's not playing a character, but that he's genuinely a fucking asshole. That's my main problem with it. The entirety of the controversy, the backstabbing of Wes Hammer was completely unmotivated, and in my opinion, the only reason he ever apologized for it was because he was getting backlash for it. The peptides thing, do you really want to tell me that in the days that it took to make the video, make the sponsorship, editing it and such, he never stopped to actually consider, should I not do should I not shield peptides in a very light way like I did? Oh, no, I'll be doing that anyway. And he published the video, he got a bunch of backlash for it, he was called out by the bodybuilding community and various other YouTubers.
Oh, shit.
And he then came out, apologized, and took the fall for it and such. He also jumped on the bandwagon to go against Arch, which is one... This is something Mordian Glory also found out, because, yeah, while my claim that backstabbing Arch Warhammer is what made Major Kill famous could be dubious, even if I think it helped him in the long run. Generally, what I think Mordian Glory found out was that after he jumped on the bandwagon for pretty much against Arch, his channel saw some growth. Like, It wasn't a boom like he describes it, but he pretty much went and examined the same graph on stream of pretty much of the major kill was showing off in his video, and he was like, yeah, this is around the time where you made the video where you went against Arch Warhammer, and there is a peak of interest in your channel. So like, yeah, it might have not made you famous entirely alone, but it helped you. And for that he never apologized because he never got backlash for it. So like, if the only reason he recognizes that he does something wrong is because somebody else calls him out on it, and he gets backlash from his own community, and at the same time, when I called him out, he didn't manage to even acknowledge that he was wrong in many ways. Like, one of the main claims I do in my video is Major Kill is advertising 18 plus content that it might be paywalled, it might be locked on his Patreon, but he's publicly advertising 18 plus content to an audience that contains also minors, which is factually true. And I'm not saying it like randomly. In his own video to take down my claims, he showed that at least 4% of the views he has got on the channel in the last 28 days was from people that had YouTube accounts that were not registered as being over 18. They were minors, and even then, he obviously ignored, the conjecture that people might lie about their age. It is very easy to fool the pretty much the ID verification for the age of YouTube. Many people might still be using pretty much YouTube accounts that are of their older siblings, of their own parents and such. So the number is definitely higher than what he showed. But still, it was like, oh no, I'm not shilling 18 plus content to an audience of minors. Only 4% of them are minors. So that makes it good. How exactly?
Hey, it's not like the majority, guys. Come on, don't worry about it. Like, let me just keep advertising this shit.
Yeah, and many people actually misconstructing that point as me having problems with the stuff he's doing. I don't have any problems with the fact that he's selling porn. It is fine for me. He can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants to make money. If it works, more power to him. My problem is, his channel is not age restricted. The videos where he's advertising that same 18 plus content are not age restricted. He is advertising that content publicly on his own YouTube channel with links leading directly to his own Patreon that is marked as 18 plus. So I don't even know TOS standing where that will leave him, because I think that pretty much marketing a Patreon that is 18 plus on YouTube is no different than marketing a porn OnlyFans on YouTube. So I don't know how YouTube will take to that. In fact, even in the stream with Arch, even Arch was like, yeah, probably TOS-wise, you're getting a very risky zone, Major K. You should remove it. Because he was like, they could delete your channel, I will remove it. And he was like, I don't want your channel deleted. And I pretty much concurred. I don't want the channel of YouTube on Major Kill deleted. I don't know where he got that from, because he was like, oh yeah, Pontius is trying to cancel me. I never said that I wanted to cancel him. I don't want to cancel him. I couldn't give a less of a fuck about canceling him. But if somebody's doing something wrong, I will call it out. Why shouldn't I? And yeah, and pretty much like... The entirety of his response video was misconstructed points. He jumped a lot of them that couldn't justify. He failed to show the majority of my reasoning inside of his own video. And in the end, managed to literally deconstruct nothing of what I said. The only thing he has, maybe some point that I could have worded better, was the fact, oh yeah, the collab with Arch made you famous. But that is on me. I should have rewarded it in. I should have rewarded it in. Arch gave you a chance and you backstabbed him, which is what happened.
I got an extra for that. Partly is because of the it was Arch and Major Kill that happened, that he got a little bit famous of that bump. But I will say the extra that he got even more famous, not like it was more than Arch, but it was more of that. He got that another bump from it, and it was from Gamza, or Commissar Gamza, the one who did like versus videos between 40k and XYZ sci-fi. It was essentially like Gamza he used to make like 40k videos, and he was specifically talking about topics, especially like this is a battle and all that, or any other like female topics. And he's a Christian, so he has his own opinions and all that. Let's just say Major Kill did a response. He didn't like what he was saying, and he raided his Discord and just oh no, sorry, let me withdraw that a bit. So he collabed with Sig Marxist, raided Gamza's Discord, and throw porn gifs and all that shit. And when Gamza woke up, he had to clean all the mess that was in the Discord and had to build the wall, let's just say. It was a very different time. Like, there's even a video where Major Kill did a response to Gamza, so there's that. So, yeah, long story.
Yeah, to be honest, it doesn't surprise me. Even from the comment that I was sent from the Discord of Major Kill, it came out. I had various people check if those comments were real. I sent people in the Discord only to check if those comments were real, so I'm pretty sure they're real. Pretty much his reasoning for making that video was not only to protect his own reputation, which, what reputation? Like, every time I hear Major Kill mention it is always as a bad thing. It is not. I never see him mentioned as a good thing. It is usually, oh yeah, Major Kill did this. Oh yeah, Major Kill did that. Oh yeah, Major Kill covered this, but he was shitty. Like, I never see it like in a good way. He's never brought up in a good way, which.
No.
Okay, because he does a lot of shit. But generally, from the comments that I gathered from his Discord and that was sent from various people at this point, his main reasoning for making that video was that because of his superior number of audience, he wanted to pretty much poison the well. He wanted that if I was looked up on YouTube, the first thing people will find was his video on me.
Yes. He hasn't changed. He hasn't changed.
No. It is why I dislike him. I do not hate him as it is, because he has not done anything to me personally yet. But generally, I have no reason to like Major Kill. There is no reason to think he has even a moral compass to speak of at this point. The guy is an egomaniacal narcissist that cannot take criticism at all, cannot acknowledge that he's wrong without making excuses. And generally, from what I saw, even from other people that were actually believing that, oh yeah, Major Kill is actually took the fall for many of the things he did. I sent them to actually watch the apology video he made to Warhammer, and they were like, yeah, this doesn't look genuine, especially the fact that he keeps repeating how much he bangs sexy woman in an apology video to Warhammer.
For fuck's sakes.
And pretty much, he's not, in my opinion, he's not a genuine person. From what I've seen, he is a person without any kind of moral compass to speak of, that believes that undermining him is undermining a god, and that the only reason he ever took accountability for his own actions was when he got backlash from his own community, en masse, not even from a few people.
Fuck, man. I only do that shit like, oh, I am your god as a shit post, but I never, like, actually believe it, that stuff. Well, yeah, that's
going to being so arrogant that you pretty much made a video on me, a response video on me, only to poison the well against me, is one of the most narcissistic things I've ever seen. My video that was not even only centered on him. It was 10 minutes in a 2-hour-long video. If anything, the one that was majorly attacked in my video was Arbitorian, because he was there for half an hour. So Major Kill pretty much is the guy with a small cut on his hand, going, oh my god, I'm dying, when you have Arbitorian pretty much filled with fucking bullets behind him. Like, Jesus. Like, he managed to make an entire 2-hour video that had only 10 minutes of him inside as pretty much a removing the cell phone, because if anything, oh no, I'm not sponsoring 18 plus content to an audience of children, only 4% of them. Okay, thank you for telling me. But removing how much of a how much of a cell phone that video was, he managed to make the entire of my fucking video all about him. Like, he genuinely made it seem in that video like the entire video was on him, on hating him. He was not even the biggest target of the fucking video.
Okay. I know you haven't watched that that 3-hour video that I made about Arch. All I'm gonna say is,
I will die probably.
Yeah, it's 3 hours, so I understand. It's way too long for some people, but at the same time, I'm like, no, that's it. I'm gonna smack Arch on the head. Well, his balding head that he's losing hair for. But you probably can tell. It's the same thing for me. I don't hate Arch. It's just more of that. I don't like their actions, and let's just say the stuff you're putting up about Major Kill has some similarities with Arch. Wait, what did I say? Yeah, some Major Kill does. Arch has some similarities, but outside of the 40k spectrum. So I just found those, and I'm like, huh, interesting. But
I mean, I don't know him outside of the 40k spectrum, so I cannot comment on something I don't know, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. No, I can see that. Like as I even tell people, like don't comment on things that you don't know. If you do, then you gotta say some dumb shit. Oh, just like I had some people with Helldivers and all that. That's a different story. Oh my god.
But yeah, generally, when it comes to the video, I must say that the only part I truly regret of the entire video was the part on Bricky, because I went too light on him, to be honest. After the video was done, we ended up doing an entire Lord Destroyers episode special on Bricky, where we watched a bunch of stuff. We were sent a clip of coming from Adeptus Ridiculous, where he pretty much kept on going with the attitude of holier than thou lore expert of 40k, but in this case it was all to shield merch about the retcon that had happened and the entire controversy. Pretty much spent 5 minutes doing an entire clip just shilling for a hoodie, but I don't remember what was written on it, but it was relaying to the retcon of the female Custodes. So he pretty much he pretty much spinned it for his own gain, which, oh yeah, you care a lot about Warhammer. If a retcon happens, the entire community is in shambles, everyone is angry against Workshop, and your first thing is money! That's pretty good thing to do. But even removing that, we watched his review of Space Marine 2. Jesus fuck. The guy has even less knowledge about 40k than Major Kill. It takes fucking talent to be this wrong. Like, me and Pio were watching it and we were dumbfounded. If we didn't have to comment because the Lord Destroyers episodes are pretty much small lore reviews done live with our Patreons, we would have been stunned to silence. Like, removing some of the criticism he had for the game that I actually agree with, but some of the stuff he said was outright stupid for most stuff. Like, there was a part where he was complaining about some cutscenes, and there was the cutscene where the Rubric Marines appear for the first time at the scene about the ambush with the Imperial Guard, where one of the sergeant that you met before in that mission dies. And he's like, okay, then the Imperial Guard is killed, the sergeant is dead, then a portal opens, the Rubric Marines come out, they say nothing, and you go directly to battle. Yeah, it is a bit fucking hard to speak when you don't have a mouth, because the Rubric Marines are all fucking dust. What the fuck do you mean they don't speak? Then after that, there is a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, then Calgar arrives at the best moment to save everyone, completely at random, completely ignoring that one of the missions was literally going to the astropathic relay to relay a message to Calgar that they needed help. So yeah, it is not a random. After that, you have the part where he goes about oh yeah, the spell used by the Demon Prince of Zinch that pretty much slows down time for everyone but Titus and his squad because they were behind a vehicle, and Calgar that just decided that magic didn't work on him. And by seeing the scene, you can see the fucking Iron Halo of Calgar completely active that was protecting him and didn't make him pretty much be influenced by the spell. So the Iron Halo was the reason, and he didn't notice. He didn't know why Chiron had an outburst, because he was from Cult, so he was there when the heresy started. He was a child at the time, so he was completely dumbfounded when the guy just went on a rampage against the Chaos Marines. And then the funniest part was at the end when Titus' squad and Calgar entered the warp to go and fight against Imura and the Demon Prince. And he was like, they entered the warp completely naked? No, that's not something you can do. They should be dead. They should be dead. And like, me and Pio were looking like pretty much mouth open and started mentioning stories where Marines did just that. The Abyssal Crusade and such and everything else. And then we went to check the comments, and there was somebody like, they entered the warp completely naked and don't die instantly. And somebody was commenting, yeah, like Uriel Ventris, that you covered in one of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcasts. Like, Jesus Christ. And then he goes on to make some claims that made my head hurt. Like, oh yeah, I have finally read Horus Rising in 2024. Horus Rising in 2024. And I went to check. Mate, you made Horus Heresy podcast with Adeptus Ridiculous in 2021? You want to tell me that you hadn't even started the Heresy and you made podcast about it? And then one of the worst fucking claims that I have ever heard. Oh yeah, and actually thanks to the to Horus Rising, I now see that Space Marines can actually be interesting characters with layers, emotions. They're not just boring robots. And I was like, but you mentioned before in this same video that you actually read the trilogy of the Night Lords, the one with Talos. And the one especially with Django Sevaterion, that is one of the most interesting characters of the Night Lords during the Heresy. How in the fuck did you not find them interesting if they are your favorite trilogy of books?
Adeptus Ridiculous I used to watch them, but I can confirm they were watching that whole... They were doing a book review for the whole trilogy of Talos and how they like these characters. And you mentioned that up. I'm like, oh my god, not yeah, here we go again. For them just shilling their merch and shit, I remember exactly what that episode was. That was like them that was them doing a video about Magnus, and the intro of that video was essentially like, I'm so disappointed with my fans about the Femstodes controversy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up.
Yeah. As I said, the only thing I regret is that I went too light on him. Now, Pio's your turn.
Yeah, when Danny told me, I asked, what are we watching for Lord Destroyers today? And he was like, a review of Space Marine 2 by Bricky, and I was like, why? What could go fucking wrong with Space Marine 2 lore? It's literally all the basics.
Yeah, the guy failed to understand even the main story playthrough, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna comment about Space Marine 2, or else I myself gotta go autistic into that. Holy shit.
Yeah, but that you find it a good game or a bad game is not important. The fact that the guy could not even understand the story of the fucking game is actually pretty fucking telling.
Oh, that's even a lower bar, and he couldn't even reach that. Shit. Fuck it up.
Like, Jesus.
Like
some of his criticism on the game at the time were founded, but just going, oh yeah, why is this happening? Why is that happening? If you had paid attention to the story, you will know why stuff is happening.
There were... what was it? The story in Space Marine 2, I think the only critique that I have is they were purposefully leaving some pieces to the main story as a side thing where, the Mechanicus have a dialogue and talking about the results of the bomb at the beginning with the Death Watch. And I'm like, why couldn't this be at the beginning? Why couldn't this be in the main story? Or Titus, like, was curious about it. It's like, okay, what happened with the bomb? I'm just curious what happened. Something like that, or some other, or like the Kalga thing you mentioned. I don't recall if they were calling Kalga for reinforcements, but all I remember was, Titus is gonna go on the little hill, do the last stand, and then Deus Ex Machina comes in, and then Kalga just walks up to it, and then Kalga just saves the day, and then goes directly to Lieutenant Titus instead of to the one captain where he's in the highest command and should directly contact with him, but it just felt like a fan fiction kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, in part maybe, but generally I like the game, but I think a lot more could have been done with it. And
absolutely.
Generally though, I just think that generally this is my main complaint with every single pretty much every single person that is in that video, even when it comes to stuff like Bricky and Space Marine 2 and such. They can say all day long that they are not experts of 40k, that they don't know the lore. They can say all day long that they are just fans repeating what they know from memes. The moment you are taking on yourself the title of lore expert, which is you are making a lore video explaining stuff to people, the moment you take on that title, you are taking on the title of expert. There is no other way to go around it. If you are explaining stuff without being an expert, you shouldn't be explaining stuff.
Yeah. You did mention this in your video, but I might as well just bring it up here, just in case if someone hasn't heard about it. Would you like to explain, like, what is a lore channel, the whole point of a lore channel, and their roles are?
The whole point of a lore channel is making pretty much the transition from somebody that knows nothing to somebody that knows something to somebody that knows a lot as seamless as possible. The main problem that I have with many of these channels is that while they might be more generalistic in nature, they might be more on the general side, broad strokes to explain stuff and such. That is fine and good. I'm not against like making videos that are just general introductions to stuff. Not everyone needs to be Pontius or Luetin. There is no reason that everyone has to be that. Like an hour and a half video on a single subject that can be explained in 10 minutes if you don't go into details. It is fine and good. But the point is, the lore still has to be correct. You cannot be like a lore channel, oh yeah, no, guys, I'm explaining things generally. Yeah, general is a thing. Wrong is completely another. So, in my opinion, a lore channel is anybody that explains lore, but at the same time, no matter in which way they do it, if in extreme details, if in history of publications, if on general lore, if on extreme depth, going around finding pretty much entire parts of the lore that were never commented on and creating theories about it, like we did with the origins of the Emperor, like we did with the talons of the Ghost Razors, the talons of Euron that actually drove him mad. And stuff. You still need to have enough respect for the lore and especially your audience to actually do your fucking homework. If I'm giving information on something, it means that I know more than the guy that is listening to me. If I'm giving bullshit information to someone, I'm just lying. I'm not giving broad strokes. I'm not giving general introduction. I'm just lying to people.
Yeah, there has been some comments that I counted, and this was even months ago when I was talking about like canon or a little bit of related about grimdark stuff. And essentially some people, or actually even when me critiquing certain YouTubers and all that, there was this certain thing that some people say in the comments, and they're like, I don't care about lore, or I don't care about accuracy. I'm paraphrasing it, of course. They just want entertainment. So it's just all about sake of entertainment. Or, as Adeptus Ridiculous say, entertainment first and before accuracy. Now, the question that I have is, can you be as accurate and entertaining at the same time? Which obviously it would just break apart easily.
You can actually be very entertaining and very accurate at the same time. It depends in which style you want to go for. In my opinion, there is various ways to do that. In our videos, that is done mainly by comedic relief, where the stories are pretty much broken up by comedic segments where people can just take a breath, not be bombarded by info, have a laugh, and just pretty much take a small pause before we go back into the story. But it is also a matter of narration. If you're narrating in a very monotone way, in a very bored way, with a very low voice all the time, people won't be engaged with you. It is pretty much the equivalent of comparing Luetin to One Mind Syndicate. See which narration works better. But yeah, generally I think it is a matter of pacing, how you behave inside the video, and especially the narration. To be interesting, you have to make the video straight to the point while still being understandable. You have to give people some kind of respite around, which might be anything. In our case, it is comedy, but if somebody else wants to try something else, more power to them. But the videos might have to be structured to stay interesting. You need to work with music, sound effects, a good narration, and enough emotion to not sound like a fucking robot repeating what there is to it today in a fucking station, in a fucking train station, like Loquendo or such. So it is more a matter of being entertaining yourself that pulls people to be entertained by you than just saying stuff to a microphone and hoping it works. So yeah, you can be entertaining while accurate. If you choose to be one or the other, the choice is yours, but you can still be both. It takes a bit more talent than the majority of people have, especially on the 40k lore community, but still, it is very much doable. You just need a bit of effort.
You hear that, Pio? You can have the chance to do it. You just have to do both. Yeah, no, like, yeah, I just get a lot of comments that because they're so, what was it? TikTok short brain dead kind of thing, so they always want that dopamine, so maybe they just don't have the patience to watch long form content. So I can see that, but I just don't like this idea of it's just an example with a VTuber called Arundel, and she was just keep saying she was just focusing on you know, it's just for the sake of entertainment, but she never realizes the whole point of you need to be accurate from what you're saying and be entertaining. But that's my mistake that I didn't bring up because I was focusing on how many fuck-ups is this person making than the opposite side. But yeah, I can see that being the case. But it's just that we don't see that with many lore channels doing that. It's always that entertainment first in before accuracy. And it's been happening since what, 8th edition?
Yeah, but generally, the fact that you are entertainment over accuracy is still not justification to be wrong. Like, when it comes to this kind of stuff, okay, entertainment over accuracy, by definition, means that you can get stuff wrong from time to time because you are more focusing on keeping people entertained than giving them information. But it doesn't justify you just making stuff up for half of the fucking video and then just going, oh, no, entertainment over accuracy. Okay, say it how it is, bullshit over accuracy.
Accurate.
Yeah, like generally, you can be extremely entertaining while still telling correct lore. If you want to go like entertainment over accuracy, some small mistakes are expected, but just fucking up entire giant parts of the lore because, oh no, guys, you have to understand, we are here to make you laugh, not to give you info. Okay, then why the fuck are you not just opening a comedic show? Why the fuck are you using 40k as a platform?
Why you were a lore channel in the first place? What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's money. It's obviously it usually tends to money, but it's just how they do it. It just makes it really sinister sometimes.
Yeah, generally, I think that just going, oh no, guys, you have to understand, I make mistakes in my videos. It is fine. As I said, even at the end of the video, nobody that is speaking lore, that is recounting lore, that is explaining lore, has to be 100% perfect. We have made some mistakes in the past too. They were very minor, but they were there. As I even said at the end of the video, my opinion is not that you have to be perfect, but you must strive to be. You have to try your hardest to give as much correct information as possible. You fail in that, it happens. But if you fail constantly at it, then you don't care. And if you don't care, why the fuck are you making videos about it?
That's pretty accurate. My way would have been doing of, it's more of a gym mindset. It's like, you train things to failure in order to win. If you're not trying, then don't even bother. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me when I try to make jokes. Like, some jokes fail. There's one joke that failed real hard. You may have seen it. You maybe have not. It's the video that I made talking about the female custodes model, where I was like, "Hey guys, this is real." Woo! Yeah, it was a shit joke. Shit. Like, people in the comments were like, "Was this a troll?" No, this is real. This is a real model, definitely. I'm like, oh, okay, I fucked up. Never mind. my only okay, back then the mindset was, okay, I'm gonna leave some hints, and if people get it, they get it. If they don't get it, they don't get it. But unfortunately, most of the people didn't get it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna change up a bit. The only thing I would have changed on that was maybe I should have exaggerated a little bit more.
Humor can also fall flat. Like, nobody is at 100% all the time, but generally, it is more a matter of ethics in this case. Like, you still at least have to try. You have to show some passion to at least show that you are a good content creator. Like, recently, we watched a video from Astartes Anonymous, which was pretty much the entirety of episode 18 of Lord Destroyers. And the video was interesting. It cited sources, it cited a lot of stuff, it missed a lot of stuff. But at the same time, the stuff he was missing was while the main host, that I don't know the name of, was pretty much making a theory and a point to pretty much try and justify the Terminus Decree. So, it showed the passion for it. The fact he was missing info was more a matter of missing, like, deeper research. But at the same time, we weren't like, oh no, he didn't mention this, somebody bring out the guillotine for lore YouTuber. Go after his fan. No, we weren't like that. We were just like, okay, yeah, he missed the info that would invalidate his entire argument, but until now he has been actually pretty good.
That's
like,
fair.
Okay, yeah, he has missed some stuff. Crimea River. He has done his research. He has showed that he has done his research. The stuff he missed was only important, really, to his own theory, not really to the canon lore in general. So pretty much our judgment on him was some mistakes, but overall pretty good.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I can see that. And then again, my style will be a little bit different. I would have just poked him a bit and be like, look at this bitch, look at this guy. He missed lore that is being out for like 30 years. Damn, okay, what a disgrace.
Listen, everyone we watch is already by pretty much general term inferior to us because they don't have a PO, we do, so.
Oh, we? I didn't know I was part of this.
Yeah, you don't have a PO, I'm sorry. The law is the same for everyone.
Can I have the servitor
Find a
PO?
No, you cannot.
Fuck.
But yeah, generally, like, it is more of a matter that the video is showing off the worst offenders, but the video by itself was made with the purpose of pretty much telling people, have some fucking standards, both to the YouTubers that were included and to the people watching them. I didn't include it as a line inside the video because it would have been a bit too preachy at the end, just saying people have some fucking standards in what you're watching, but the message of the video is that, because over and over time, over controversies, I've had people come to me, oh no, but Lord Master Bricky said this, oh no, but Lord Master Major Kill said that. I can unironically clean my shoes with their opinions. Because from what I've seen, they understand fucking zero of what they are talking about when it comes to 40k. Generally, every time we watch their content, we find mistakes. Every time we watch stuff that is very easy to get right, they get it wrong. It is a mess. And having people all the time coming to me, oh no, yeah, but this bigger channel said this. Okay, it's still fucking wrong. Jesus Christ, it is so hard for people to actually see over their own nose. Now, I don't push myself as the arbiter of truth, because I'm not. But at the same time, when somebody presents you proof of something, like, this YouTuber might not be entirely accurate, this video, he completely fucked up this part, he has entire strings of videos where he has just gotten stuff wrong over and over, at that point, take with a grain of salt what the fuck they're saying. Because when you're dealing with lore masters, lore channels, somebody explaining stuff, the entirety of their reputation must be built not on how entertaining they are, but how accurate they are. Being entertaining is a plus, but being accurate when your job is being a lore channel is the most paramount thing you can do. And if your reputation is, yeah, I get stuff wrong 70% of the time, whatever you say must be doubted by default.
Okay, that's fair enough. I don't think you guys have much interest when it comes to, like, versus videos, like in different sci-fi, but I don't think you got much knowledge on other sci-fis, maybe? I could be wrong.
Nah, not really, because to be honest, I don't know PO, but I always found them extremely boring, because generally you are just comparing two different narratives, two different worlds, two different pattern of characters to the same universe and to each other, so...
That is understandable. Okay. Nah, it's just in my head, I'm just thinking, I used to make lore videos. I hope Pontius doesn't see them. And then I just get fucking shot.
Lord Destroyers episode 19. Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I got some old stuff, but looking it back, I'm just like, man, I'm fucking monotone. Holy shit. And Peel can just watch my own content. There you go. There's your example right there.
No, but like, at least if you're boring but still accurate, at least you get some points for trying. But the best thing you can be is both accurate and entertaining. I think we manage that most of the time. I don't know, because... in the end, I'm not the kind of person that sniffs his own farts. If anything, Pio can attest to this. Every time I write something, every time I work on a section of a video I have doubts on and such, I always go to him, to Giulio, to other members of the team, just to say, okay, can you watch it with me and give me your opinion? Can you read this part and tell me what you think, if there is anything? I'm very doubtful of our own content, but generally I can see when somebody else fails at one or the other. Generally, I have seen that with One Mind Syndicate, where he is at least he was, because we haven't watched his newer videos, but he was just reading the wikis in a monotone voice. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, he got shitposted that hard. Even look, it might sound like I'm a fanboy of Gamza, but I used to watch a little bit of his videos, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see it. But yeah, he did the exact same thing, where he grabbed a wiki page and then One Mind Syndicate's video, and just follow the very thing that One Mind Syndicate is reading, and it's just funny. Oh, that was so good. Oh, okay.
The funniest thing were in the videos where he said the 40 facts on the 40k universe on this, and then you go into the video, and if there is 8, it's a lot.
Oh gosh. Okay, I got a random question in my notebook. Is Turkey a forgotten region in Warhammer 40k?
well, if you ask Templin Institute, yes. If you ask us, also yes, but we at least know that the Emperor was from there.
Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is, look, it was probably it was better forgotten. I think the world was better. That's why we had the Dark Age of Technology, because Turkey wasn't there in the first place. Shit.
No, but yeah, generally, preferring entertainment over accuracy of the YouTubers is something that people can do. I don't say that people have to be serious all the time. They have to watch only YouTubers that are accurate or approve of. People are free to watch whatever the fuck they want, be it me or somebody else, or even low-tier YouTubers like Nellop. I'm joking.
Shit! Fair enough.
No, but generally, what I mean mainly by this is that there is a big misconception on what the difference is between a 40k YouTuber and a 40k lore YouTuber. If you are not accurate, you are not a lore YouTuber. There is no other way to put it. You can be as entertaining as you fucking want. You can be the new Ricky Gervais, for all I care. You will be an entertaining 40k YouTuber, but you won't be a lore YouTuber. The title of lore YouTuber comes from having first and foremost dedication to the lore. Accuracy is your paramount quality. You cannot achieve it 100% of the time because the universe of 40k is a bit of a mess. You will always miss something. But 99% accurate or even 98% accurate is still a passing grade, in my opinion, like Wes Hammer will say. But he said it about Games Workshop, so he was talking shit in that case. But anyway, like in that case, when you are a YouTube channel, it is still a passing grade because of the nature of 40k as an extremely expansive and rich of content universe. You might say something that was contradicted somewhere else. You are still as accurate as you can be because you didn't know that the other source existed. But just going, oh no, yeah, guys, I'm entertainment over accuracy, and then making lore videos, going on podcasts, being called a lore master, going on other videos, being called a lore expert, calling yourself not a lore expert doesn't mean that you can just get stuff wrong and nobody will call you out for it. If you are a channel that is more focused on entertainment, then call yourself a 40k channel. You are not a lore channel because lore channels, being the title of lore channel, is something you have to gain. It is not something you decide you are.
Okay, I got two left, but hopefully it doesn't take too long. There is one thing that is really important. I think people don't really think about it. I kind of like established this in my updated non-canon video, you could say. And it's essentially that when people are trying to discuss about, let's just say, the Primaris ruins the establishment of 40k, or female custodians ruins the establishment of 40k. Okay, my usual question is, okay, what are you establishing it from? Because 3rd and 4th edition is retconned by 5th, and then 5th was retconned by 8th, you know, that kind of thing. And the only way you can really say is establishment to lore, at least from what I've gathered, is to acknowledge Rogue Trader. So if you acknowledge Rogue Trader and talk about his establishment, then you can talk about the rest kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just people trying to throw that word.
I will say that it is a bad option to give to people, because generally when you go to this kind of stuff, you end up like the arguments that Arbitorian was making, where he pretty much didn't acknowledge any editions other than 1st edition Rogue Trader and 9th when he made the majority of his videos. And it is very annoying, because at that point, you are pretty much leaving out a bunch of info that your viewers deserve to know, and that you can use to actually triangulate what the canon is. One of the main examples people have brought up recently was the re-retcon of the fucking Black Templars, because in the 1st editions they were religious zealots that killed people for being witches, psychers, unbelievers. Then they reached 6th editions where they became pretty much a lot more cold and calculating, to the point that they acknowledged that astropaths and navigators are mutants, but they had a sort of cold respect with each other, pretty much not really as friends because they still didn't like each other, but mainly as being both servants of the Emperor and fighting for the Imperium of Men and his light. Even in 6th edition you have the main point that librarians probably don't have that Black Templars don't have librarians anymore because of the events of the Cacodominus, which is actually covered in my video on the Cacodominus, but that they still had appreciation for the Psychers in their midst, and they pretty much went, if the Emperor one day will grant them the gift of having librarians and psychers again, they will embrace it. But until that day, they will fight the wars of the the Imperium without these powerful warriors at their side, which is actually something that I could see the Black Templars doing, because in the end, they are not recruiting Psykers into their midst. Somebody becomes a Space Marine, and if they start showing psychic tendencies, they are inducted into the Librarium. So at that point, he was already a servant of the Emperor. The fact he was given psychic abilities to fight better, I don't think that by the point of the Black Templars would be, oh my god, mutant Psykers, kill him! No, it would have been, the Emperor granted him a gift to kill the enemies of humanity better. Because it is the logical thing that would happen. And now they have been re-retconned in 10th edition with, oh yeah, they torture their own astropaths, they keep them in cells, they don't like the navigators, they probably destroyed their own librarians because of the Edict of Nicaea. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Yeah, it is all in their codex. It is all in their codex. And I'm like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Not because it is not in the spirit of the Black Templars, but because the Black Templars are not fucking retarded. That is the main point, because, oh yeah, they don't like navigators, so they don't have a good relationship with them, but at least they don't treat them as badly as the astropaths. So, okay, they don't like pretty much the guys that are driving them through the warp, and don't treat them pretty much as equals. So they are disrespecting the navigator houses. They're not killing them, but still they're disrespecting the fucking navigator houses, which is a very bad thing to do. Then they are torturing and imprisoning their own astropaths, which is pretty much fucking with your own radio operator. And I'm curious of how that... Yeah, I'm curious of how that will go. Oh, yeah, please, Astropath, we are in a bad position. Can you call for help? Yeah, don't worry. And he simply doesn't. Because the Black Templars are torturing him, they are keeping him in prison, they are treating him as a slave. And he's like, okay, what the fuck should I help you? Like, it is literally going to you, the radio operator of your own squad in the middle of a battlefield and kicking him in the balls and then telling him, okay, can you call for reinforcements now? Like, Jesus. And then just going, oh yeah, they don't have librarians because they want to uphold the Edict of Nicaea. Nobody knows why the fuck they don't have librarians. The best theory is still that they all died with the Cacodominus, and something in the warp is stopping the Black Templars from having more. Because they were the ones that materially killed one of the most powerful psychic beings in the entire galaxy.
Now, for one, I know where this whole idea that Black Templars are torturing them, it's essentially the memes that came from 8th edition, and then it started to integrate it more and more, and then people were thinking, oh, Black Templars hates the Psykers, mutant, and the alien. And
No. It is a lore from the 10th edition that they behave like that. No, I'm not making anything up. It is lore taken from their codex.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. I know the reason why that was inserted in 10th edition, and I think that's from the memes. That's what I was trying to say. God damn it. But I didn't know the part with 6th edition where they're like, oh yeah, they're kind of like tolerated with Psykers. Because I thought this was in 8th edition, because that's where I read it, at least, with the Black Templars, where they're like, oh, they see it as the Emperor's gift kind of thing. But I just didn't remember that was a thing in the early editions.
No, they see it as the Emperor's gift when it comes to their own Marines. When it comes to astropaths, to navigators and such, their view is more on the, okay, we don't like you, but at the same time, you are fighting the same wars we are for the same objectives we are. You're serving us, so we will tolerate you and not mistreat you because we have no reason to. Because in the end, we are comrades in arms. And it is a thing you can see even in the books surrounding the Third War for Armageddon. I don't know if it was in the Book of Eternal Crusader, but High Marshal Helbrecht ends up like meeting with the navigator of the Eternal Crusader, and if the lore was 10th edition, you will think that the guy will spit where the fucking navigator walks, but no, instead, they are extremely cold with each other, but at the same time, there is more of that comrade respect. Like, it is more of a, yeah, we're serving the same purpose. We don't like each other, so we don't have to like each other. As long as we fight together, we are good. That's it.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I haven't read the books. I only saw the fan animation of it, which I think they did a pretty good job. I just remember that one guardsman where
Yeah, Andre, don't worry. Our next video is on the 4 wars for Armageddon, so we'll cover everything.
Excellent.
But yeah, generally, in my opinion, the true lore can be triangulated by the one that makes more sense in universe. Because if it goes in goofy territory, it cannot be canon because it doesn't make any fucking sense. If it goes in too serious territory, then at that point you have to question how serious you have to get it. If there is something that is the sweet central point of that, you can be for sure that that is the best lore you can find, and by definition, it is the best one you can follow. Which in this case is the fact that in the best version of the Black Templars. The Black Templars were cold but accepting with their own psychic auxiliaries, so battle psychers if they saw them around, especially if they were in their own forces, navigators, astropaths, there was cold respect between them. Not acceptance, but respect at least, because they were fighting for the same wars, they were fighting for the same causes and such, and it is pretty much, we are different, but we believe in the same thing. But if you go in for something like 10th edition, oh no, we spit on the navigators, we tolerate them only because we go through the warp. Oh no, we don't have librarians, not because of the entire war of the Cacodominus, where we were center in the entirety of it, and we pretty much got the majority of the psychic backlash when we killed it. Thing that killed probably all the librarians that they had deployed, because the scream of death of the Cacodominus was extremely violent, probably like Slanesh being born level of violent, even if on a smaller scale. And oh yeah, we tolerate astropaths because they are our mean of communication. In 10th edition, we torture them and keep them in cells. Okay, you are fucking retards then. You are not Space Marines.
I'm telling you, man, the reason that 10th edition happened, I'm just saying it's the memes. People can call me a madman. That's all I'm going to say.
But yeah, you always need to check which part of the lore makes more sense with the established universe. Because if you are following newest lore only, if it doesn't make any sense, you are not following lore. You're just following fan-made lore.
More or less,
yeah, it is a bit like the retcon that has happened very recently, where they have pretty much trimmed down the forces that fought in the Third War for Armageddon. They went from like 10,000 Space Marines, no, maybe even 100,000 Space Marines, but that was a bit high. Maybe it was, I think, 60 or 70. And 80 million guardsmen to 10,000 Space Marines and 8 million guardsmen. In a war against the biggest orc war from the time of the Beast of Ulanor, under the control of fucking Garzgul Garkuruk-Traka. I don't always remember that.
Uruk-Traka, yeah. I get
and like generally, so you sent 8 million guardsmen and 10,000 space marines to take down billions of orcs? How does that work?
Magic.
Worked.
Magic.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, just P appears from our video. Magic.
Magic.
Pio appears and he's like, you know what, this shit is boring, and just puts so many men just to fight each other. Like it's a battle simulator. Shit.
Yeah, where was Pio during the Third War for Armageddon? He was with his own forces, which are the Marines Malevolent.
Fair enough.
The spooky Marines. They literally are a Pio.
I'm a little bit out to date when it comes to the Battle of Armageddon. Isn't there like a fourth battle or some shit? And then
now there is a fourth war that should be included, which is against Chaos again. But the lore behind it is so shitty that people not even like the casual people like it. Like even the forces of Armageddon, the Armageddon Steel Legion, in the fourth war for Armageddon, took a backseat against the fucking Death Korok Krieg. And I'm like, what?
Huh? Who did?
Like, yeah, and in fact, the title of the video will be The 4 Wars for Armageddon. The cover of it is already posted. But while we will mention the War of the Beast and the official 4th war, which is against Chaos again, we will do research and mention it and explain probably why it doesn't make any fucking sense, because seeing Games Workshop is all we do for the newest lore. But when we say 4 Wars for Armageddon, we mean one that was before the main 3, that not many people know about.
Okay. Wasn't there a part where Angron died twice and he still came back and he's like, anyways,
yeah, the first war for Armageddon.
Oh, okay. Because someone mentioned that. It's like, oh, fourth war Armageddon, like, apparently Angron died 3-4 times and he still came back. I'm like, huh?
He died again in the 4th one. Jesus, I have not read the 4th one yet. But I know he dies at least 1 or twice in the first one.
Okay, that makes, well, yeah, fair enough. I just heard some absurd shit in 4th edition, so that is the one that I'll be a little bit out of date and all that. So I have to watch the whole 4-hour lecture. No, it's fine.
No, well, we will come out and we will give our opinions even on the newest war. We're saying Games Workshop, I will probably have Pio insult them just so that if they sue someone, they sue him. So that's...
You should make Pio merch and be like, here's a model where you can make a Pio army for reasons. It's just a suggestion.
We have merch in mind already. Not 3D models probably, but we will see because I have many ideas with the Pios. But probably merch is coming with various Pio memes that have become famous on the channel.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a 3D printer, so I'll be more than happy if I ever do like a 3D printing video just to show your guys' models as a little gesture. Just a little nice gesture because I'm very addicted.
That will be appreciated.
That's all good. Okay, there's another one that, like I said, there were 2 more, and now I just added extra. But the reason I'm mentioning this is just some people were just in my comments and they're mentioning this, so I might as well bring it up just in case. They were like, Nellop, so this Lumi or Lum, her name was, I'm very vocal about that person, but they were essentially saying, Pontius is teaching Lumi a little bit of lore. Is that true or not? I just took it with the sense.
In reality, yeah. The Lam, to be honest, I find her a very pleasant person to be around. She's funny, she can take a joke and such, and such. Like, it is not like the other VTubers that are arrogant assholes. I've had to deal with a couple of them. 2 of them were neutral, and I found them actually pretty enjoyable to be around. The other 2... it didn't end really well. I called one a retard and the other a bitch. But yeah, I don't pull punches. If I have an opinion on someone, I will tell it openly. I don't lie to people just because it could hurt their fifis. I don't give 2 fucks about their feelings. If there is truth to be told, I will tell it. But generally, Lam is learning 40k lore. She didn't know much of it before we met. From what I understood, she was learning even from Bricky and such. But yeah, now every time we are on stream, I explain lore. Every time we're on stream, like I correct lore that is wrong from other people. She's actually following the Lord Destroyer series, so she probably already knows more lore than 90% of the people that are mentioned in my latest video. But yeah, generally, she doesn't ask for lore directly, but every time she has doubts and such, I'm very happy to teach to people. Because, to be honest, one of the main things I'm happy to do about 40k lore is when people come to me to have like stuff explained, to learn new stuff and such. Many people try to paint me as an elitist asshole that just goes around, oh no, you are a tourist, you are this, you are that. But as I explained even in the latest video, there is a difference between a tourist and a newbie. And all the difference is, do they care about the hobby or do they not care about the hobby? Because if you care, welcome. You might be a newbie, I will be happy to teach you. But if you don't care about the hobby and you're just here, oh my god, this is very cool, very offensive, but very cool. My main opinion will be loading a shotgun. Pretty much going, okay, you're a 40k fan. What kind of 40k fan? Pretty much that. But many people are like, oh yeah, but are you purity testing people for lore? No, I'm not. I only care if you care about the lore and the universe that you want to learn about. I don't care how much you know. Fuck, we have entire events on the Patreon that are for like the Pio Startis level over, which are literally every week, every Sunday, we find each other on a voice chat on Discord. Let's discuss lore. If you have doubts, ask. If you don't know stuff, ask. And I explain stuff to people. Like, it is one of my main hobbies, explaining lore to people. Mainly because if they want to learn, they have not yet understood that they are more my victims than anything. Because let's just say, not many people survive my lore rants. Pio barely does that. But so we always need new people to learn new lore. You will listen to me. But yeah.
What is your duty? To serve the Empress will.
But generally, yeah, she is learning the lore. She's trying to do it from the most reliable sources possible, and I'm happy to provide those sources. And like with her, like with everyone, I just demand to be respected myself, because I've seen many people that like, even when I showed proof that they were wrong, they were still attacking me because they were like, oh yeah, no, but I believe in this, so I'm right. No, you're just fucking stupid. You are not right. If I show you proof that you are wrong, and you have to accept that. It's maturity.
Yeah.
But
unless they have a counterpoint.
Yeah, like generally, one of my main hobbies is I know a lot of the lore. I know almost all of the lore generally, and I know a lot of it in extreme detail, because with 40k you cannot know all of it in detail unless you are a fucking computer. But
True.
Generally, when it comes to this, teaching to other people is my way to relieve the sense of no is my way of relieving the sense of wonder I had the first time I got into 40k and started getting passionate about it. Pretty much the only way I have to relieve one of the best moments I've had in this hobby is by teaching it to other people. So I don't see why I should negate anybody that. As long as I'm offered the respect I'm owed as an expert of 40k. I don't say that I'm infallible, but if I say something, at least give me credit to the fact that probably it is very well researched. It is not just me saying bullshit. Unless I'm saying don't take me seriously because I have not studied this, I've not read this. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I do that often when I don't know something precisely.
Same, yeah.
So I'm not an elitist asshole. I like teaching to people, but at the same time, I want the people that I teach to be open to learning. Because if they're just here for complaining that there is no female space marines, complaining that, oh no, you are all chuds, the female custodians make sense even if I show them that they make no fucking sense. If you are only here to change the hobby and once you destroy it, you are living without remorse, you are not welcome. Stay out.
I thought Warhammer 40k is for everyone. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
which is actually a very good claim, because like one of the main comments that I saw under the video of Major Kill when I said that he was shilling stuff to under 18 and such was, oh no, but under 18 people shouldn't watch 40k. It is a very dark story. It is very violent and everything. And I went, do we want to side Games Workshop? Warhammer is for everyone. They said it, so. That includes minors. And even then, let's not even talk about the series of Warhammer Adventures, the literal children books for 40k.
Official
Jesus
material. It's so grim dark.
They were true. They were true. They were very, very much good books. Good books for children, but yeah. The Demon Culaba, yeah. At 12 years old, it takes interest in 40k. Give him Dead Sky, Black Sun.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's how it has. Look, I really like that book myself. I know some people have a distaste for it, but for me, I'm just like, yeah, this is where men grow. It's not Culaba. It's immediately traumatized them and shit.
Yeah, it is one of the points I made in my Female Space Marines video, that yeah, it is one of the most gruesome parts of the lore, but welcome to 40k, you will listen to it because you have to get used to it.
The kids animation thing, I think it was an animation or comic, whatever it was. Yeah, but even though it's good or not, but from my mindset is like, oh yeah, that's so grim dark, man, so grim dark. You know, people try to claim it's like, it's so grim dark, and then I just keep showing the Funko Pops or just like that shitty kids animation and shit. I'm like, yeah, so grim dark, guys. Nice, thank you. Official material.
No, but you have to understand, it's not for children. Warhammer is for everyone. They use it every time it's convenient to them. I will use it the single time that it is convenient to me. Warhammer is for everyone. Games Workshop said it.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I was just curious about Lumi. Let's just say she was not that knowledgeable with 40k or the 40k community around her, so most likely this was way before you two met. And let's just say I have a very... I might be an influence. I'm just guessing at this point. I might have been an influence, take it with a salt. But I might have influenced her to actually look into stuff. Because what happened was, she looked at my video, I made a response, and it was essentially of, okay, you're critiquing something that you don't understand. You're critiquing something that you don't know. Why the fuck are you watching this? So there is a... I think there's some level to it. I might be the influence, but she doesn't have to admit. But you also mentioned something very interesting, that she can take a joke. And I'm sitting here like, does she? No, didn't happen with me.
Well, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I don't think she probably knew you when you said whatever you said. But generally, every time we have been on stream with Arch or even alone and such, I make a lot of jokes, a lot of stuff, a lot of we could say a lot of small stabbings about jokes and such. No, she always took it like a champ and usually fires back.
That's good.
I have a lot of respect for YumYum. I think that mainly the main problem that could make her upset is if somebody makes very heavy jokes while she doesn't know that person. So
Yep.
when you're doing it through text, comments and such, the fact that it is a joke could escape people. It is not the best way of communicating jokes.
Yeah, I know I'm one of those people who's like very, very upfront and is like, hey, yo, what's up, bitch? You know, I just have that type of approach. But that's just who I am. And like, if people are bothered to look me into it and understand where I'm coming from, I'm more than happy just to be chill and talk about it. But for someone like, God damn it. Wait, sorry, I'm laughing because of her name. I'm like, where did she discover that name? Was she like chewing something and she went yum 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 yum? I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? But
I wonder more about the fit memes, but yeah.
But God damn it. Excuse me. But yeah, it was most likely she didn't know about me or anything, and I was just being me. So, but at the same time, people were in the Archcast comments saying, "Don't watch Nellop because he's so rude and all that shit." I'm like, okay, cool. See ya, weak bitch. So now,
meanwhile, in the last stream I was on with Arch, I was like, I'm an asshole and I'm proud of it.
yeah, no, it's so. Oh, it hurts my head now. So yeah, people see you as the asshole. They're like, oh yeah, we understand you. And then when they encounter an actual asshole here, they don't like me. Oh, okay, I see it. I see how it is. This is some discrimination shit. I tell you, man. This is some Greek Italian discrimination. But
I cannot think about discrimination without the meme of Silvio Dante. Yeah, it's Italian American discrimination.
Hey, I'm walking here. Shit.
This is a very blatant discrimination.
But yeah, no.
But generally, one thing I always make people notice every time they go like, I'm an asshole or I'm unpleasant and such, is always, yeah, I know. It is the kind of person I am. Unfortunately, I come from a very shitty background. I had a very shitty childhood. I came up as probably one of the biggest assholes Italy has ever put out, because I don't give two fucks about the feelings of others, because nobody ever gave two fucks about my feelings. So who cares? But generally, one of the main things I always make people notice is, yes, I'm an asshole. But at the same time, I am the most sincere asshole you will ever find in your life. Pretty much just saying, if there is something wrong, if I have an opinion on you, if something happens that I don't like, if something happens that I will not like you for, if you do something that I consider wrong, I will tell you. So I might be an asshole, but I might be the most sincere asshole you ever met in your life.
Yeah. I don't know how I would do it in my end. For me, I just have this mindset of, this is what I do. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of my way. So, it is
pretty much my point of view. But at the same time, I always strive to better myself. So I actually listen to constructive criticism, especially when it comes from my own community. But if the criticism is just, oh no, you are being too rude, I will just answer, cry about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Lumi did, because she didn't know me, and they did like a second video together. And she essentially said, I was thinking to bring him to the Archcast, but because the way he acts, of his attitude and all that, I don't know if I want to bring him. I'm like, really? My attitude, eh? And pretty much I went the asshole route. So I was like, oh, sorry, and let me just speak in a calmer voice so you can understand what I'm actually saying. So yeah, pretty much asshole route. I love exaggeration.
It was one of the main criticisms coming from the side of Major Kill, which was, oh no, he's angry, he has a personal bias. Yeah, it might have been, removing that for Italians, the version of angry that is seen in our videos is mildly annoyed. If I was truly angry, like... the moment you can hear me as truly angry is the moment, pretty much the few moments where you hear even my cadence change, like when I say, when there is the side of Arbitorian where it just discounts the Sisters of Battle, just the female army of 40k, or even the part about,
one of that private talk that we had, and you were like really passionate.
Yeah, that was me truly being angry, but in that case it was because I was getting interrupted every 2 seconds, I was getting annoyed.
Understandable.
But yeah, the mainly what is seen in the video is mildly annoyed Italian, not angry Italian, because I don't think my microphone will survive angry Italian volumes. But yeah, it was one of the main points of the community of Major Kill, which was, oh no, but you're being angry, you're so angry, and pretty much they used it to discount every single one of my points. And I always answered, okay, I might have been annoyed because that was not angry, but at the same time, being angry doesn't mean I'm wrong. You should judge my points, even if I'm angry. And they simply lack the mental power to do that, because Major Kill has an audience of children, which he confirmed, so...
Oh, whoops. So Warhammer is for everyone, even for channels. Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think many people really understand the Mediterranean, like, attitude of things. So, even if I was, like, aggressive to them, it's just being normal or just being loud and shit. So, yeah, I can see that. It's just people don't understand Mediterranean shit. And if we were really angry and really want to be very aggressive, yeah, YouTube will just break down for like half an hour, and then it will just come back to normal. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, this guy called Pontius just yelled and shit. Oh, yeah, understandable.
Yeah, not many people have seen me genuinely angry. Pio is one of them. Pio, how am I when I'm genuinely angry instead of annoyed?
Different.
Different. Thank you.
Different.
That's very explicative.
Wow. Amazing.
There is a reason Pio isn't the main conductor of the channel. He can't explain stuff for shit.
Yeah, but you can't hear him when he's angry. The microphones just goes off. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
because of the auto volume regulation. When my volume goes too much up, the microphone cuts off. So when I get generally angry, it's just silence, which is worse.
It's just silence. I can't describe him because I don't know how.
Fellas, he is still yelling, but it's just pure white noise. He's just quiet. Only the dogs can hear it.
No, poor dogs. I work with charities with animals.
No wonder the dogs are barking in their balconies. This all makes sense. Shit.
Why are all the dogs barking around the US? Oh no, an Italian is angry and he's yelling.
It's literally just Goku anger shouting out of it. Just to release his anger and shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, that is fucking beautiful. Yeah, no, I have nothing else to mention unless you guys want to put your plugins or something, or you just want to mention something you want to tell to my audience or whoever watches this video.
Generally, the only thing I would like to add is that many people misbelieve that because the people I covered, the YouTube channels I covered in the video or even in the series of Lord Destroyers, because I covered them, I consider myself superior to them or I hate them. Which superior is actually understandable, because in a way, yes, because of the lore knowledge they lack. No, because of the lore knowledge they lack. Like, if you're being outdone by a fucking Italian, you should rethink your life choices. But anyway, but anyway, I don't dislike many of the people that I covered personally. If anything, many of them I still have respect, because still they are bigger content creators. I might not like the way they do things, but I cannot negate that they have been successful about it. So I don't see why I should just say, oh no, they suck. They might suck at lore, but still they have been entertaining enough to build a following. The fact that they are not lore accurate is my problem. It is not a general problem. The only people in that entire video that I dislike personally, because of various reasons, are Major Kill, because as I explained, I don't think Major Kill has any moral compass to speak of, and if there is people I don't like, are people that betray their own word, so pretty much backstabbers, and people that don't have any kind of morals to follow, pretty much people without ideals. Major Kill fits in both of those categories, and I have no reason to like him. If anything, with the reputation he has online, I don't see why anybody likes him, because generally he has built a reputation for being an asshole online, and yeah, he did. You can look up every controversy he has been involved in, you can look up every single time he had to apologize for something, you can look up every single bad piece of shit he has done. I don't get why people think I would like him when I have my own ideals to follow, which pretty much tell me, yeah, this kind of guy I cannot stand. But then you have Arbitorian, and I don't like him mainly, but even if he has a following and such, because all he does in his videos is pretty much try to influence 40k by using real world politics. In the videos we have done, he has pretty much lied about the lore all the time. He has even lied about the Warhammer is for everyone and the Imperium is driven by hate, Warhammer is not announcement, by saying that they were pretty much an attempt of Games Workshop to pretty much shame the fans of the Imperium when they weren't even remotely connected to that. He has even done a video recently, as of last year, from what I understood, where he has pretty much compared Robute Gilliman to the current fascist dictator of England, Keir Starmer. So, yeah, I have no reason to like him either, because he's an ideology-driven individual without any kind of moral compass to speak of or respect of the hobby. So I have no reason to like him. But the rest of them, I don't know them personally. Are they shit at lore? Yes. Are they shit because they create a setting of pretty much an entire situation of toxic positivity where criticizing Games Workshop must be done by people that have no following, so Games Workshop will never listen? Yes. But do I know them personally enough to say they're shit people? To be honest, no. I have my suspicions on Bricky because of the attitude he has showed in some of the videos. But for the rest of them, I have no reason to believe they are shit people, so I don't have reason to hate them.
My dumbass just realized. I might have missed it. Did you look over Oculus Imperia?
Yeah, in the video of the importance of lore, and while I can respect his dedication to the lore, and from what I understood from people that actively watch him, he still keeps like the aspect of politics outside of his own videos. But the fact that on Twitter he keeps complaining about making 40k more inclusive, about how people shouldn't complain about the changes, the fact that he was one of the main endorsers of the petition to change the wording of the Horus Heresy 2.0 Codex, because, oh no, yeah, this is sexist language saying that only males can become Space Marines. Games Workshop, you need sensitivity readers. The times are changing, language changes with them. Grow a fucking spine, mate. Grow a fucking pair of balls. Are you really getting offended by a biological reality of the 40k universe? Really? To the point that you are endorsing a fucking petition? I know he's a gay man. All respect to him. I'm a bisexual man, so I don't give two fucks about it. But at the same time, being a gay man is not justification for being so fucking weak.
What about Pio?
Pio is weak by design, because he was designed by
not even straight or anything. He's just weak.
I mean, there is a reason he was defeated by a lobotomized and servitorized version of himself, so...
Nah, shit, man. I was also gonna say, like, Oculus Imperia to grow balls. What balls? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he took HRT and shit, so... You know.
That's for him, but mainly it is mainly to grow a spine. Like, just going, oh no, yeah, you cannot use this wording. It is offensive. You should meet me in real life where the TOS is not stopping me. I will show you offensive then. Then just, oh yeah, they can be biologically male. Everyone that meets me meets the extremely moderate version of myself, because I can insult people in ways that people didn't even think existed.
I mean, if you did it in this recording, I wouldn't mind. I would just have to put a lot of beeps. That's it. I wouldn't mind, honestly. Like, as I said, you guys haven't watched the Arch video, but
no, unfortunately,
my mates, he was going so unfiltered that I had to beep so much shit. It was just so tiring, but I really enjoyed it. Oh, I mean, you guys couldn't technically debate on Rumble. Free fall.
With Oculus Imperia?
Yeah. Just...
I mean, I'm not against it. The main thing that many people like believe is that, oh yeah, you made a video because you don't want to face them. They don't want to face me. That's the difference. I've been open to debates from before the channel was even created.
Same.
When the channel was created and such, when this new video came out, the first thing I did after it started going viral was making a post on Discord, pretty much by saying, I'm open to debating anyone. If you have a challenge, tell me where and when. It doesn't care the number of viewers, doesn't care. Pretty much, do you have the balls to face me? Face me. I'm here. And everyone is like, oh no, you made the video because you fear facing them. No, they fear facing me. That's the point.
Same thing here with me. Like, I don't mention it anymore, but I should. It's just like I need to articulate it much better. But I think that's a better way to say it. Is like, hey guys, I'm open to debates, you little bitch, and then just come and face me. Yeah, and like I'm the same here. Okay, I wouldn't say debates, but I'm more than happy to have conversations and all that, and debates and all that. It's just that people are too scared of my aura. Except for you, of course, obviously. But for me, I'm just like, man, these bitches are too scared of my aura. Lumi, Arch, anybody else? Pussies. Absolute pussies. They can't even live in my Discord.
No, but generally one of the main things that I always tell people when they tell me like that, oh yeah, you are wrong on this, you are wrong on that, I'm always, okay, tell me where, when, and now. Like, generally one of the main attitudes that I always had when, even in this latest video, is if I am wrong, prove to me that I am wrong, and so I will learn from it. Because I said it in the video, I'm not infallible, but as pretty much as my main teaching that I was giving everyone else, as I'm giving myself, I strive to be though. So if you find that I'm wrong about something, tell me how, where, tell me the source. Like, if you can prove me wrong, do so. I appreciate it, if anything. As long as you do it constructively. If you're proving I'm wrong, is just going, oh yeah, this guy's a liar and a scumbag and he's just very extremely jealous of my success like Major Kill did, you're not proving me wrong. If anything, you're proving me right.
Or continue.
Yeah, go Pio.
Okay, the point is that I would like to do that, but I can't, because if I have to explain myself more than 3 times, I get extremely angry.
Well,
yeah. Pio is the side that was getting genuinely angry in some of the episodes of Lord Destroyers, especially in the episode of Adam Something, or the time we watched Vaush, because we watched a 40k. What?
Oh, you never saw me angry. It's really difficult to get me angry, but
those videos got close.
We know your weakness now.
Yeah, if I explain a thing and I have to explain it again and again, I just start insulting you.
Pio is like the father that helps his child making pretty much the math homework. Okay, 5 plus 15, how much is it? 27. 5 plus 15, how much is it?
Then explain to Nellop how the writing of that video went.
Oh shit.
The writing of that video went as pretty much we were in a call for most of it, and we were like reviewing videos, getting angry about the videos because obviously writing parts of the script and such. At one point when we went on the part of Arbitorian where we were openly calling him a liar, which he is, he pretty much I just went, Pio, aren't we going a bit too heavy maybe on him? Do you think this is a bit too much? There was a few moments of silence from Pio, and I was like, Pio? And he was like, well, I think we are not going heavy enough. Like,
that's the right mindset.
We should insult him more directly, in my opinion. I was like, okay, Pio, you are not a good influence.
No. He's got the right mindset. Destroy your enemies. Holy shit, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Pio is just partially a meme. The meme Pio is more of a real Pio than people can imagine.
I don't think he's quiet. He just holds all that anger until he explodes like a fucking kettle. I know that feeling. It's just like that, what was it? Kratos versus Thor in Ragnarok. Let me see the monster inside until he just pops out.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, generally, this is our position. There are people that think that we made that video out of anger, out of arrogance or anything. To be honest, the video was made out of frustration. It is a piece of entertainment we made out of frustration. For the simple fact that we love 40k. Why must we be silent while other people shit on it? Exactly.
Like, I even agree with this, despite of me saying, 40k lore has no canon, but I do also appreciate there were some cool factors with, a little bit with Horus Heresy and 40k, but it's just that. Yeah, I just can't wrap my head around that all this shit is just canon. Meanwhile, this Black Library authors just write random shit. I just can't go with that.
Yeah, to be honest, after CSGO, it was all downhill. After CSGO, we got Gav Torp, which is a great world builder, but a very shitty writer, so yeah.
I can agree to that. That was very evident in 3rd edition. Like, there was lots of ideas, and Gathorpe was part of it.
Gavtorp is incredible in the ideas and how he establishes them. Like, my main point of rewriting of the Primaris, coming in the video, the Primaris mistake, comes from a book he wrote. The idea of the Raptors was his. The book is the 12th book of the Horus Heresy, Deliverance Lost. And the book is shit, but the ideas on it were extremely good. And I'm surprised with the kind of world builder that he is, that when the Primaris retcon happened, he wasn't the one to actually talk about the Raptors and using them pretty much to have a leeway into the story of 40k for a Superior Space Marine, because Superior Space Marines already canonically existed before the Primaris. And to be honest, I'm surprised. He's such a good world builder, but such a shitty writer. When his ideas are written by very, very good writers, they become jewels, like the Macarian Crusade trilogy. The Macarian Crusade trilogy is extremely good. It has very boring moments here and there, but it is extremely good. And the main point is that it was not written by Gav Thorpe. The idea of Macarius was his, but he was not the one that wrote the trilogy.
Yeah. Honestly, you know Chapter Master Varric, right?
Yeah. He has
So-
actually watched the video, and he actually gave us his stamp of approval. He was like, I disagree on some parts of what you said with Tuluetin, which he even admitted, which might be because we are friends and we talk like often. But other than that, fuck, very good video. His words. I still have the link with the timestamp if you want it.
Yeah, I got my own stance, but it was essentially when I used to watch him years ago, there was a part where he found out the next Indomitus Crusade book was written by Gav Thorpe. He just fucking loved it.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was like, did he also write the Rogue of Dawn book? Or was that Guy Haley? Shit.
I think it was Guy Haley. Let me check. Which Rogal? The Rogal Dorn Primarch book?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gav Thorpe, 2022.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's why. All I remember from that book was a little bit of Rogue of Dawn, no backstory, and the rest was just talking about the lion during the Siege of Terra. Amazing. Shit.
Yeah, Gav Thorpe should stick to world building and not to writing. He's an excellent world builder, but a very shitty writer.
That one we can agree with. I think he just has really good concepts. He just really should execute them, as he said.
Yeah.
Well, this is almost like 2 hours. It's going for like 2 hours. I'm not even sure what else to add, even though I repeated myself like a couple minutes ago. But yeah.
I think we can be done here because soon we will also have like lunch, me and Pio. So not together because we live in completely different parts of Italy. But we're going to have to cook at some point. We need to cook the pasta.
Hey.
but yeah, he pretty much just wanted to expose my position on the various YouTubers and the video itself, because many people are like, oh no, you are doing it to just have clout to the YouTube channel. I cannot negate that I knew this video because of the drama content would do better than the others. But because I knew that doesn't change my intentions, which was the 40k fans are being lied to by many big creators, are being misled to by many big creators, are being outright given false info by many big creators, and I was tired of it. Games Workshop might be shit, but the 40k lore has been built over 30 years. It deserves more respect than the one I'm seeing them give to it.
Okay, I got one last thing. It's not even a question. It's just more of a suggestion. If by any chance, if you ever get interviewed by the Hodgecast again, just to fuck with people, just mention my name a couple, just like once or twice. Doesn't have to be consistent. Just to fuck with them. And I would just sit there laughing. I'm like, ha ha. And then it's either the comment section will go crazy or Lumin or Arch will just not like that name. And I'll be like, yep. Yeah,
no, but generally, I hope this kind of interview and the kind of streamings we have done about the video and such show people that while in the video I was extremely annoyed by some of the stuff, which it was in part genuine, in part just acting, because like it was not just full-on anger. If I went full-on Italian anger, I wouldn't even be able to speak correct English. It was partially true and partially just an act to get across the point of how annoying this situation that is happening in the 40k community is for me. But normally I'm not that angry unless I have a reason to be. But yeah, normally I'm not like that. I'm a very reasonable person that you can speak to normally. Even if Major Kill after his response video came to me in my DMs and I wanted to talk about some of the points, wanted to discuss it out, I would have been okay, fine. As long as you respect me, I'm respecting you. It is generally just to make people understand that that video, even if it might show that I'm an unreasonable person, I'm anything but. If anybody wants to better their content, I'm open to offering criticism, I'm open to giving directions, and if anybody wants to learn more lore, they can just come to me openly on the Discord, even in public. If they have some questions, I will answer. Obviously, if you want to be explained extreme parts of the lore, I will not answer in messages, because Jesus Christ, that would require an audio call that goes on for hours. In that case, join the Patreon, join on Sundays with all the others. There we can speak freely. It is like an event done for that. But yeah, even if it is other content creators that just want to improve their content, doesn't matter how small or how big they are, I'm open to it, because I want to see the 40k lore flourish and being kept to a standard of quality. And I want to see the people delivering it to others actually be correct about it. Doesn't matter if I have to intervene myself.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, as I said before, like, I'm a little bit different. I just, I'm one of those people who's like, don't do 40k. No, now. Don't join 40k, please. For your mind and your innocent soul, please. Just don't come in now. It's not worth it. Then again, it's just my PTSD that I've dealt with ever since 8th edition, and then all the way now, just seeing so much shit to the point that I'm just like, kid, do not even spend $100 on that fucking box. I'll break your fucking arms. In Minecraft.
No, I'm open to pretty much. I say it openly. People don't buy minis at this point. They are too overpriced. The rules are a mess. The universe is going to hell actively. So there is no reason to give Games Workshop, after their 37th annual price hike, any more money. So I'm like more of the option. Stick to the lore. The minis. At this point, they cost too much for people that live normal lives to buy anyway. So
that is true. Yeah, now for me it was more in general, like, excuse me, mine's more of like, in general, don't join 40k, but that's just me, because I mean,
the lore can be joined still, but tabletop, I personally never liked it. It's just why I always tell people, yeah, play the tabletop RPGs of 40k, but make your own stories, play with the universe, play pretty much with storytelling. Don't play the tabletop because I don't like it, and I don't think it is interesting. But that's my opinion. It is not a general opinion.
That is fine. I've done pretty much everything, really. Almost everything. I've done almost everything to the point where I'm just telling people, just go somewhere else where an IP can just treat you with respect and time. That's all. I just don't see the point right now for people just to get into 40k, either by lore or games or tabletop. Because I've made a video about it. It was essentially like, if you give any glimpse of positive stuff, it will give the wrong impression to someone. Actually, we might talk about this later because it will go for a long while. I could just keep this as a later on discussion, or else we'll just go for another hour. So you guys need to eat. So
yeah,
I need to stop myself where I'm just like, oh shit, wait.
It can still be done. I will train Pio to speak more.
Oh, that's fine. Like, I would encourage it, and I would like Pio to come back again. Like, even though he's like...
I would like Pio to come.
Wait, huh? Oh, I was thinking about the cyberpunk meme.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my idea. I would like Pio to come, and the music starts.
And then I grab your body and fuck it. Yeah, I love that. I love those memes, man. I need to try Cyberpunk at some point.
It is very good, but I will suggest modding it a bit, because there is some stuff that, to be honest, should have been in the base game, and it isn't, especially like the fact of the flying cars, because you can see a lot of flying stuff around, but your cars cannot fly. That mod makes them fly, so...
That's fair. Pio, would you like to join again at some point if I have a topic for Pontius?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fine, good.
Pontius, you're not in character. What the fuck? You weren't like, well, actually, Nellop doing the fucking kawaii anime shit. That would be suitable.
Yeah, Pio is a bit of an inexpressive creature when it comes outside of the videos.
Oh yeah.
I have to really try to have emotions.
And the ones he has usually are wrong, so...
Yes.
He just sits on the cock chair and just stares. Just sits there and watch, just with no emotion within it. But honestly, I can give some suggestions where you can just be more emotive, but it comes back to mainly of practice. So that's really up to Pio if he really wants to. I'm not like an inexperienced voice actor. I just know like some basic shit where I'm just like, oh, just listen to your previous recordings to your updated ones and see any difference. So
I have to have him listen to my version of stuff and his version of stuff, and he doesn't manage to actually hear the difference in tone. The majority of the phrases that Pio says in English end up with the tone rising. So the majority of the time he speaks, he's asking questions in the videos, and every time I have to go, Pio, don't lower your tone. Pio, don't go higher with your tone at the end of the phrase. Pio, you're making it sound like a question, but this is an observation. Jesus, Pio.
I mean, he could try to mimic. Mimic does help a bit.
Yeah, but I think he just lacks practice because generally removing the stuff having to do with the channel, like I have to deal with a lot of English normally, especially because I don't watch YouTube in Italian anymore because I find it completely and utterly fucking unstandable. It's a very shitty Italian YouTube. Removing the prod is actually good, but generally, like, Pio has to deal with a lot less English than me, so he's a lot less used to it, which might explain it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, obviously, the more practice you do, the better you would get. Just like me. Yay.
No, like, in the opinion of Giulio is actually a partially trained voice actor, which is the guy that makes the narrations in our videos and makes the voices of various things. Like, in the opinion of Giulio, we both came a long way from our first video. The problem is that a long way for Pio is still very small steps.
One small step at a time, and he's just going very slowly like a granny.
One small step for Pio, an even smaller step for the rest of humanity.
Maybe in another year I'll be human.
Maybe.
Damn.
We can hope. Maybe you can be a real baby boy next week. But yeah, anyway, this was fun, but I have to prepare lunch. I think Pio has to go too, so...
Oh, good. Thank you for
your time. And see you next time when you have a next debate prepared or anything you want to discuss.
Yeah, the next one's going to be a bloodbath, and then Pio is going to sit in the corner as a sub.
Next one is going to be a bloodbath, and you just see Pio surrounded by corpses and blood with his vacant dot eyes that just goes, this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. 2 Mediterranean people just going at each other.
See the emotion you want me to set.
Holy shit! Nellop is going to achieve an RKO! Holy shit! You know, you just have a narrator on top. It's beautiful.
Anyway, have a good night, mate, and I'll have lunch.
Have a good one, guys.
Pio will speak after lunch, and we'll discuss some stuff.
Some spanking's gotta happen. I can sense the
See
force.
You later. No, it is mainly some stuff that is happening community side.
That is fine.
Good day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.